Colin Kaepernick needs to get a clue. Colin Kaepernick, former quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, who has turned into an outspoken social justice warrior fighting for the rights of oppressed black people all across the country. He's publishing a series of essays called Abolition for the People. I'm going to give you some quotes from his essays, then I'm going to give you 3 reasons why he is absolutely incorrect. Guys, before we move on, don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell notification so that you will be alerted when I post new videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. First, Colin Kaepernick says, despite the steady cascade of anti-black violence across the country, I am hopeful we can build a future that imagines justice differently. A future without the terror of policing and prisons. A future that prioritizes harm reduction, redemption, and public well-being in order to create a more just and humane world. So far, I don't have big objections to many of that. Everybody, we all want a more just, more humane world. I do take exception to where he says a future without the terror of policing and prisons. I'll get to that in a minute, but there are many people who enjoy hearing those sirens of police coming down the street on horizon, because there's many people who are in danger, who need help. And who are you gonna call? The police. The police are gonna come, catch the bad guys, and get you out of harm's way. Let's continue. Policing is rooted in white supremacy and anti-blackness. Wrong. That's not true. It's not true. Yes, there's some bad people, but we're not focused on any of the good that the police do. We're only telling you the bad stories every week, not the thousands of good stories. But to eradicate anti-blackness, we must also abolish the police. Wrong. You can't remove a system and eradicate anti-blackness. You can't eradicate racism. That starts in the heart. As Denzel says, you can't legislate love. The focus on individual punishment will never alter the outcome of a system rooted in Black death. The system is not rooted in Black death. So far this year, in Chicago, and you know the right continues to harp on this, but it's a good statistic. 592 people so far this year have been killed in Chicago, 171 more than last year, and we still basically have 3 whole months to go. Of those 592, 320 are black. 320 of those who were killed, that are black, were killed primarily by black people. Not 50%, not 60%, probably 90% and more. 90% or more crimes committed by white people, against white people, are by white people. Same statistic against black people. The system that is rooted in Black death, that's wrong. More murders against black people are committed by other black people. Kaepernick continues, by abolishing policing and prisons, not only can we eliminate white supremacist establishments, but we can create space for budgets to be reinvested directly into communities to address mental health issues, homelessness, access to education, and job creation. Now, he's not totally wrong about this. There is precedent regarding diverting funds from, let's say, prison systems and putting them into community activities and giving certain people who are criminals, particularly drug offenders, opportunities to contribute back towards society, giving them jobs, giving them community programs, regulating things, giving them hope. There's precedent for that, but that's particularly with drug offenders, not with violent criminals. These are the 3 reasons why Kaepernick's vision of this equal society where we can just abolish the police and abolish prisons is wrong. It's a pipe dream. It's a fantasy. 3 reasons. Number 1, people are greedy. This is why they steal, why they sell drugs, why they evade taxes. Number 2, people are lustful. This is why they sexually assault people. This is why they rape. This is why they kidnap. This is why there is sex trafficking thriving all around the world. It has nothing to do with a white supremacist, systemically racist law enforcement system. This is not because there's anti-blackness. It is because people are lustful. They succumb to the desires of the flesh. Number 3, people crave power. This is why people lie. This is why people trample on one another. Within politics, within the corporate system, dictators steal power from the people. They steal things for themselves because they desire power. People murder others for power. People steal for power, to accumulate power. These 3 things, greed, lust, power, are the primary motivations for murder. Everything else falls under those 3. Pablo Escobar had millions, billions of dollars, and yet he still killed people. He still blew up airplanes. He still kidnapped people. He still wanted more. People at the top of corporate ladder, at the top of government ladders, still crave money, crave women, crave power. The Bible is very clear on this. 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Stop with the white supremacist, anti-black narrative. This is not the reason why people are dying all over the country. This is not the reason why hundreds of black men are dying in black neighborhoods. It's for power. It's for greed. It's for lust. Let me continue. Hell and destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. Our eyes, it's true, are never satisfied. No matter how much you give us, we're going to want more and more and more. 3rd verse. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? The heart is desperately wicked. Look, we are capable of doing great things in this world. But it's not systems, laws put in place that make us hurt our fellow man, that make us hurt black people, or Latino people, or white people, or Asian people. It's our hearts. They're deceitful. They're wicked. We lust. We crave power. We crave money. These things are the roots of all evil. So while Colin Kaepernick's utopia that he envisions is nice, we'd all love to have more humane societies. We'd all love to frolic around in communities where there's no crime, where there's no need for punishment. That's just not going to happen. And look, we need prisons for the Ted Bundys and the John Wayne Gacy's of the world. Right now, there is a woman in someone's basement chained to a wall, and she likely will be raped every night, every other night. When that man is caught, he needs to go to a prison, not given a job, go to a support group. And when the sirens come, that woman's not going to think, here come the police to terrorize me. She's going to cry out to God and say, thank you for rescuing me. MS-13, the brutal street gang, their motto is kill, steal, rape, control. Greed, lust, power. They dismember people on the streets. They beat people with baseball bats. They celebrate their viciousness to get respect, to move up in the ranks. This comes from the heart. You know where all this starts? It doesn't start with the police force. It doesn't start in the heart of a white man. It starts at home. Mothers, fathers being present, raising their children with love, with dignity, with respect. That's where it needs to start. Colin Kaepernick, In a way, I applaud what you're trying to accomplish, but you're either being disingenuous or you're naive. Take your pick. Guys, what do you think? Is Colin Kaepernick just doing this for bucks because he can't get a job QBing, and so he wants to be a social justice warrior and get all these endorsements like through Nike? Or do you think he's simply naive? Or do you think I'm naive? Can you just legislate, remove prisons, remove the police, and somehow create this utopia where everybody is equal? I don't believe so. I believe even if you gave everybody the same things, there's going to be people who want more, who crave more, who want more power, want more respect, and they're willing to stomp on, rape, torture, kill, lie, do whatever it takes to get what their human heart desires. If I'm wrong, put that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, click share, and subscribe, and that bell notification if it's there. I love you guys. Have a blessed week.